3.
Would you please hand me that book? The bowl?
Of course.
Thank you so much.
Anything else I can do?
Certainly not. You just make yourself comfortable.
Are you sure? Look, I could.
No, please. It isn't necessary.
Honestly now.
I find it much easier if I do it myself.
Oh, of course.
Okay. If you don't mind.
No, not at all. I was just...
Of course.
It certainly has been a pleasant day. As soon as I got out of work, I started to get my train. And all of a sudden, pure impulse really, I decided to go to the park. Silly of me, I suppose. But once I got in there and found an empty bench, it was as if I couldn't move. The sun just paralyzed me. And I actually found myself relaxing. I think I even shut my eyes for a moment.
How nice.
Well, you know, it was not the kind of thing I tempted to do often. Haven't for years, but for once.
Well, perhaps you should.
Pardon?
Perhaps you should do it more often.
Do you think so?
Am I being presumptuous?
No, not at all.
I thought you would look rather strange, that's all.
I have been rather busy.
Of course.
Still, there's no reason for me not to indulge myself once in a while. Take a moment off or two. Watch the world go by, as it were. That's what you meant.
Well, yes, of course. I may go too far in the other direction. Perhaps I'm not ambitious enough.
Oh, I'm sure.
No, I'm perfectly ready to admit. I'm simply not strongly motivated towards worldly success. I've never held a job for longer than 18 months in my life.
Really?
Don't be alarmed. I've never been fired either. I just get bored easily. Fortunately, I never have to worry about money.
No.
Still, here I am at this point in my life, and I look around and wonder what it all adds up to.
You lead a very comfortable life, I'm sure. And
you have children, don't you?
Oh, yes.
How wonderful that must be.
I suppose so. But you know, I don't see them very often, as a matter of fact. I might go so far as to say that we don't get along very well.
How is that possible?
Very possible, I'm afraid. But you see, it doesn't automatically follow that simply because people are genetically related. They're going to be congenial. In fact, sometimes I feel it works the contrary. Of course, it makes for loneliness.
Come now, how can you have been lonely?
I assure you that I have.
I thought I was the only one.
Maybe everybody assumes everybody else's life to be less lonely than their own.
Perhaps. That's a comforting though.
Is it?
Yes, you made me feel better.
Better than you expected?
I had no expectations.
No, I guess I didn't either, now that you mention it.
So,
you sure I can't help?
Absolutely not. All done, in fact. See?
Yes, wonderful.
You think so?
I certainly do.
So do I.